Happy Sunday. Today we are in Ruth chapter 1, going through verses 1 through 14. If you haven't read it, go ahead and stop the video and read it now. So this week, we're going to be going through the book of Ruth. And it's an exciting time because it's a book we've already gone through before in youth group. So it's a great refresher. So at this time, in verse 1, we see it was the time where the judges ruled, which was everybody did what was right in their own eyes during the time of the judges. The crisis was there was a famine in the land, and the place was Judah. And so we see Elimelech here handle this situation. And if you're really looking at it, this was a famine, and God was really judging Judah at this point in time because they were disobedient to God. And so what Elimelech did is he tried to handle this situation in a way to fix it for himself. What resulted from that, we can see from verses 1 through 5, is that Elimelech tried to run from his problems, but his tragedies, they did follow. It included the death of Elimelech and his 2 sons. So what are some difficulties you're facing right now or may have to face soon? Think about that. God made a covenant with Israel to bless the land when they were obedient. We can see this all the way back in Leviticus 26, verses 3 through 12. My difficult situations are not always a sign of God's judgment, but it is a great time to stop and reflect on what God is teaching me. What is one thing that God may be trying to teach me through a difficult circumstance? Think about that. True or false, the safest and best place is in God's will, regardless of the hardships. We can see that from Romans 8:28. If we go down to verses 6 through 14, after losing her family, Naomi decided to return to Judah. What did Naomi tell her daughters-in-laws to do? She told them to return to their home and remarry and find husbands and find providence. And so Orpah decided, hey, I will go back. It's comfortable for me. I can live a life. I can go back to my gods, my people, all of that. But Ruth clung to Naomi. We can remember that from our lessons and reading through the book of Ruth, that Ruth clung to Naomi. So think about in your own life, will you commit to consult God first in your decisions? Remember, your quiet time isn't over until you share it with somebody else. God bless. Happy Sunday.